And now I'm pleased to introduce today's presenter, Dr. Fonna Forman. What we'll learn about today is how the work of the Center on Global Justice, which was founded in 2012 to advance interdisciplinary research on poverty and global development, offers valuable models for HIBAR research.
So the Center on Global Justice was launched as an ORU in 2012 to advance what we describe as high-impact, community-engaged research on poverty and climate vulnerability. The Center on Global Justice has been an ideal home for the UCSD community stations. So community stations are a network of field stations located in 4 underserved communities across our region, 2 in San Diego and 2 in Tijuana, where UC San Diego researchers collaborate with community organizations and government agencies on long-term research-driven projects. An infrastructure of field stations that connect the university with diverse communities of color at the margins of our city. There are presently 4 community stations in the network, 2 in Southeast San Diego and 2 in Tijuana. You can see them here sort of straddling the border wall. Each is designed, co-developed, and co-managed by the university and a nonprofit community partner. We do a lot of educational work in the stations, but I'm really going to focus on the research dimensions of community stations activity today. So imagine this as a kind of two-way flow that brings the knowledges of communities into universities to enrich our research and our teaching, and brings the knowledge of the university into communities to increase their capacity along a variety of scales. Here's one of our research teams in the field with our students in one of our Tijuana-based community stations. Now, we have several core commitments which really together comprise a community stations model. Again, highly replicable. And I'll work through this now. You'll recognize a lot of HIBAR in these commitments. First, we're committed to high impact public research, right, on issues that most impact our community partners. In our case, migration and inclusion, affordable and emergency housing, environmental justice and clean energy access. When I founded the Center on Global Justice more than 10 years ago, my intention was explicitly to localize the global. We're committed to building trust bridges, long-term embedded partnerships between the university and community organizations on both sides of the wall. We're not like so many university programs that dip in and out, diagnosing crises and then disappearing. We don't disappear. We're there for the long haul and do research-based projects and interventions with trusted community partners with long-term impact. Communities are justifiably skeptical of research universities who often suddenly appear with requests and plant their flag and then disappear just as abruptly once they extract what they need. Oftentimes it doesn't even occur to university researchers to share their research and publications with their community subjects. But in our case, we are co-producing knowledge with communities, co-producing knowledge and solutions. We engage communities not as sites from which to extract our data, but participants with knowledge and agency. When we teach our students the skills and methods of ethical collaborative research, this is not service learning. University culture is filled with assumptions that we know more, that we are trained, that we have languages to communicate complexity and the tools needed to solve the world's problems if only they would listen to us, right? We are challenging academic research norms in several ways. First, we challenge the vertical tropes of applied research and service that place the university in an epistemically privileged position and conceive of communities as either subjects of study or passive recipients of charity. So we're tipping, these assumptions from a vertical to a horizontal plane. Second, universities should never take for granted the resources that communities invest when they engage academic researchers in long-term projects. Time, space, social capital, labor, and knowledge. These contributions need to be validated and compensated. I'll say a little bit more about that later. And third, we're challenging the conventional academic merit trinity, right, of research, teaching, and service. We need to manage complexity. We need to figure out how to create an apparatus so that the burden doesn't fall on community partners and so that it doesn't fall on the shoulders of researchers who don't have the time and frankly the skill to do this kind of work well. You need a sort of support infrastructure of staff to manage the complexity.